ear. Weird. Let's look at this. This is when we went to Philadelphia. Come on. The power walk can make a difference. Look at me. Let's see. I'm still sitting here. We need a new background. Look, it's me looking at myself, and here's me looking at myself. Ooh. How much chubby right now? The only time anyone likes my eyes is when I make raccoon eyes. We went on Robert Massantonio. He had a movie called The Neighbor in Philadelphia. Philly is my first time I ever saw snow sprinkle. Here's my snow story. I really liked Philly. It was like very cool. It felt New York was like the first time when I went when I was a teenager. Well, I don't feel like I had any. I don't know what my opinion was. It was freezing cold. I remember I brought the wrong coat to New York the first time. It was like a very like California girl winter coat, you know, just like has a little fuzz on the top and just like lays lightly over your clothes for when it's like 50 degrees, you know. That's the kind of coat I brought to real weather. So I had never felt that, being only in the coldest I ever feel is probably 50 degrees. So being in the snow, I remember it was freezing. And are we gonna get into this? And we're talking about Philly. Anyway, I liked Philadelphia because it felt like city-ish like New York, but it was like cozy, almost like a neighborhood at the same time. And so I felt totally I felt really relaxed walking down the street. I mean, I'll walk down the street anywhere anyway. Like, even the worst neighborhood, I don't really get afraid. I don't know why. I just don't forget. They're like, well, Kimberly, nothing's happening. I got angels watching over me, so I don't get it. It's funny how we fear some things and not other things, but the Bible says don't be afraid of everything. Don't be afraid. Then you'll hear people and says don't worry. It's just funny how we pick and choose what we choose, when we choose to believe, and what we choose to be afraid of, or you know what I'm saying? It says don't be afraid of anything. Don't worry about anything. Anyway, so I liked it. It was a little chilly though. I remember staying in the hotel room a lot. But I did go on set a lot too. These were some pictures we took on set, that I took on set, of Vincent's work. The movie was called The Neighbor. It's about a girl that, about like a psycho girl that, I don't know, she tortures, I don't know, she goes in this guy's house, I don't really remember. You'll have to see. She tortures him. She's crazy. I think the actress is America, and she actually ended up hooking up with this guy, like they were in a relationship. I don't know, I think they were pretty serious. I don't know, maybe they got married, I don't know. But she tortures him in the movie, and Vincent did all the torture things. I remember watching them on set, and they were all like really like into each other, like really, like say this was, and I was like, hey, they were just very close to each other. Anyway, here's some pictures I took of them. So he did like the scary thing. She puts like a wire in his cheek. And you know what? I'm gonna flip. We'll have to do some editing. I'm gonna flip the camera around. See, like she drills a hole in his leg. It's very disturbing. It's a fake head, I guess. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think she puts a wire, like, in her mouth. Like, the girl, she sticks a wire and she goes like this. Well, I can't see. You just have to watch the movie to see. Watch The Neighbor. It's very disturbing. Reading the script, I guess. Oh yeah, see? Ugh. Wow, look, my hands look pretty nice there. Getting pretty jaded now. Just all that stuff set up. Scary stuff. I'll probably just give these to him. He wants to use them. What am I doing with them? Ew. Scary. What have you done, Vincent? What have you done? You're like, she pulls like pulls his toenails out and stuff. Drills holes in his legs. I'm wiring it in. I guess the pictures are a little redundant. You know, I don't know what I like most. It's kind of the same thing over and over. But you know, oh, that's cute. I'd have so many pictures of the same thing. But you know, there's that one time you might get somebody looking up at you, or you know, everything. You never know. Like best. Whenever he pulls out his camera, usually I'll take like 50 shots and then he'll pick it out once. And his looks great. It's exactly what you want. Like, there's no need for all this extra stuff. And then I have so much stuff and I get overwhelmed by it even. I'm like, what am I going to do with all this? Like, it almost becomes like overwhelming. I psych myself out. That's what I do with most things. So it's almost too much. He's very good at just being, you know, just getting exactly what you need. I don't know what this girl's job is. Maybe she'll... This is me. This is basically how I would look up to Sunset most of the time, you know? Cool. I don't think I liked her shoes. I don't know what her job was. So I really wasn't hired on any of the crews. I'm usually pretty quiet on set because it's not like I'm have any official duty. I would just kind of hang in the background. You know, like if you're hired to be on the movie, it's feel like you're part of the team. You have a purpose. I should cut his fingers off, I guess. no purpose. Me, I just felt sort of awkward. But I just thought I'd get him stuff if he wanted to have his stuff. It's not great. It's kind of weird that I'm taking this picture because that's her name. I think we went and went around the town, saw different things. Maybe now the Liberty Bell. To be frank with you, I mean, you know what? Actually, that's very stupid of me to say. That means a lot. That means a lot. But you know what? So I could hear like an older person going, "Do you know what this means? You know how important that was?" I'm like, but it's like a bell. Like it's a bell. But it was cool. It was a nice bell. Ugh. So terrible. You know what I'm saying? She took the wire and she went like this. Man, someone looked terrible. Like what? That's what this is. I remember the view was really cool. These are just picture selfies I took. I took 1,000,000 shots of the same thing. A little bit of snow. Oh, so I saw snow sprinkling. This was my first sprinkling snow I ever saw in here. It's just the city. It's the view. Remember, I love. I feel kind of embarrassed that it's all the same type of thing. That's like me in the apartment, the same sunset. I guess not. I don't know. It seemed to look pretty. Look how different it looked every day. Even if it's the same view, just little different lightings and stuff. I couldn't decide on what I thought was best, so I just printed them all. Oh boy, I can really. It's nice. It's nice. It is pretty. Kinda, is it? It's pretty. Alright, okay. Here's the night. Uh-huh. Wow. Yep. Trying to be arty farty. Here I am. So braces then. Look how they bulge my lip out. Before I think this was still before they had phones with selfie mode. So I think I was taking all these blindly. I think. Not too bad. Pretty good. Pretty good for not being able to see your reflection. Yeah, I got an album full of you, Kimberly. Wow, it's great. Beautiful. See, this is the. I think this one had more padding in it, so it was more comfortable. Yep. There you go. Anne Frank. Where's all the pictures of him? He's not even in here. I'm sorry, I have to just cut it. I was gonna just upload it just like that. I always talk about how I was cold when I went back east. Nobody cares about hearing about how I was cold. I don't know why I always talk about that. Well, how about you tell us what you saw, Kimberly? What did you see in New York? Well, right. Sorry, when I would do journal entries as a kid, I would always start with I feel. So I'm very a feel person, okay? I'll tell you how I felt. Notice how the whole thing I just told you how I felt. I felt cold. I felt awkward. I felt. Let's talk about more about what you do. Okay. When Philly, we went to a nice restaurant. It was a really cool Italian restaurant. I remember Vincent really enjoyed it. Oh my gosh. Oh, I remember I had some sort of infection that was so painful. It was burning and painful when I peed. It was really bad. It was one of the worst ever. Hasn't happened. It's only happened a couple of times since then. But like that, it was one of the worst ever. Too much information. And I remember it was that night. It was like a birthday dinner night, I think. So I went to this beautiful Italian restaurant. It was very cozy, and I just remember it being really warm inside. And Vincent really enjoyed it, and that's kind of my only memory. Oh, I remember. I think we were looking for a hot dog stand to have a Philly style hot dog. I don't remember ever having that though. I just remember those two things actually. That's all I remember there. I remember watching America put eye drops in her eyes all the time. Like her eyes always look crystally white. I remember I would stay up so all the time. My eyes would always look yellow because I'd stay up for days straight. So I should have took it as like a hint. And that was that. I remember first time I went to New York. I snuck away with Vincent. I wasn't supposed to. I wasn't supposed to go. I just went. I wasn't allowed to. I remember I called my mom while I was there, and I said, "Mommy, I'm in New York." She's like, "What?" And I remember going to a Subway in New Jersey, and I asked for avocado on my Subway sandwich, because we're near the border, so they have avocados here. They're near the border of Mexico. So they didn't have any. They're like, we don't have avocado here in New Jersey readily. And I was like, what? I need avo on my Subway sandwich. It's not complete. Remember I remember the night it was so cold in New York with Vincent. I was so freezing and miserable. I'm kind of like blending these two trips together because they're both back east trips in the past. And we went again in 2019, but that's a different story. This wasn't probably these were like 10 plus years ago, these things I'm talking about. And I remember we were so cold, and there was like a lady or somebody was in the street go, "Well, let me take your picture." And we're like, "No, we don't want to take. We just want to get inside." And they took a picture, and the picture was so bad. It's like a Polaroid, and the Polaroid was so bad. We're just like, I gotta find it somewhere. But when it was so bad that we were both laughing at it because it was so unflattering. And I just remember a lot of trash cans on the street. I never seen anything like that. I mean, you're like, wow, what a memory. I I just never seen that type of setup. You know, it's just so but I didn't have any opinion about it. I thought it was fine. You know, when you have trash cans sitting out, then you get little mice and rats, and I love rats, so I loved it. I love that. and uh and we went to the museum there, like that big huge museum where you could see dinosaur bones and everything, with big dinosaurs standing up. It's pretty amazing. I don't even know the name of it. The big fancy museum in New York, national, and it was just huge. So all kinds of things in there. I can't believe dinosaurs were real. You believe they were real? But that trip wasn't that long. He went and saw his son, and then we went out by ourselves for like a day or two. So I don't really remember doing anything else. Oh wait, I remember we went and saw Conan's. Went to the because Vincent worked Saturday Night Live, so I got to see Conan's room, his setup where Conan did stuff, and I liked that. I love Conan. Or I think Rosie O'Donnell was on that set too. And, he said that she was mean to him. But I remember it was very tiny. The set. I remember being shocked. Like it was very compact. That was really was cool. That was that experience. I didn't want to just leave it like, here's my coat story. I know you're so interested in my coat story. Yeah, but it was hard. It was scary going to New York too the first time because I'm scared to fly. I'm not scared of it anymore, but of course I don't find it thrilling. I don't really like flying that much. I mean, I could totally do it and be okay though now, but I think I was crying. Like, but I wanted to keep it a secret too, so it was like it was it wasn't good. It wasn't too great. But I got through it. I actually felt more. I psyched myself out even more later somehow. It's like I forgot what it was like or something. That's a story for another day. Right? I don't know. I just wanted to put something together. Maybe I'll film something else.